Welcome once again to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Goth Tarot. My weekly short collective reading for the shadow sides and issues of our life. So to do that, we shuffle and pull cards from several decks: the Crow's Magic Tarot, the Night Sun Tarot, and the Gothic Tarot, to look at various shadow issues and offer suggestions or insight into them. So we're going to start off with the reading from the Crow's Magic Tarot. The Dark Gift. What insights or wisdoms do your dark philosophies give you? What revelations of life or death will you appreciate? And what of this darkness is possible to share with others? All right. The Reversed King of Swords. The insights you have this week suggest you understand your role in the game of power and that it is not the one you want necessarily. But on the other hand, maybe you are a person who would rather not be involved in making decisions for others. Perhaps what you feel is that people should govern themselves to the best of their abilities, but there should, of course, be consequences for ill actions on that regard. Perhaps what you can share is when order is not found, what happens then to society or to our families, etc. So now we're going to move on to our next readings. And these are from the Gothic Tarot. The Dark Struggles. What challenges or limitations can give you insight into others' darkness? What lessons can you learn from the burdens, obstacles, or obsessions you find? The Three of Wands upright. The Five of Pentacles reversed. You've been trying so hard to be patient, to do the right things, to make the right plans, to invest in the right ways. And it may very well be that some things seemed dubious, some things seemed lost, hopeless. But what you find in this dark idea is that sometimes you can mourn things before you really need to. And so that is a struggle, perhaps. Perhaps you are challenged or limited by the idea this is a time for you to think about how things are going right, and that you have walked back from the abyss. So let's move on now to our last three cards. And for those I use the Night Sun Tarot. The Dark Truth. What is the reality that seems oppressive, yet somehow insightful? The Queen of Wands reversed. Sometimes we may feel that we have a different kind of allure or charisma, an anti-charisma. And I think the Queen of Wands reverse can kind of sum that up. That maybe if it's not ourselves, it's the environment we operate in. Maybe it's the kind of community, religious community, workplace community that we're in. And there's something about it that draws us. Maybe it's a person in particular. But we're not drawn to them necessarily for good reasons, but we are drawn to them. And their pull may be magnetic and attractive, yet seems to have implications that over a longer course, not necessarily included in this reading, could be moving us to different sensibilities, and that we may be influenced to have a little bit more of a bite about us rather than our possibly more calm usual demeanor. So that may seem oppressive to some. Some of us may not necessarily like drawing attention to ourselves for any matter. At times I feel that way. I don't want to be looked at necessarily too closely. So maybe that's what the card says too, is that some of us want to have a little bit of anonymity for us. And so this may be the time that will happen, but maybe there'll be some obstacles to that. So then what is the dark sacrifice? What sorrow may you feel yourself forced to bear? How will that make you judge yourself or the situations you happen to be in? And it's the Nine of Cups upright. So there couldn't be a more interesting, different idea there than that. And I suppose maybe it's saying what you understand, though, is that you don't really get your wish this time. And that you feel that you're not looking for the pleasures, contentment, or enjoyment of life that most people are. It may be that you bear the sadness of knowing not everyone will get this, not yourself, maybe not most people. Yet the idea of the Nine of Cups still remains as a wish for us, whether it's a dark wish. Is it truly possible to wish for everyone, every single person, to have everything they want or need? This card could be saying the idea of understanding that limit, that limitation, that you, like the saying goes, can't have everything, because where would you put it? So then finally, we're moving on to the dark redemption. The full realization for this week. What are your takeaways? What can you possibly do? And it's the reversed Six of Pentacles. And I would have to say that maybe this card says you can't buy your way out of this. You can't feel like making up with generosity is going to affect the things that you really need right now. That maybe the generosity needs to be inward to yourself, to be kinder to yourself, to make things redeemable within yourself, and that what you have sacrificed may not have given you the contentment you seek, because maybe it was more rooted in the material world. And this card is once again a reminder that the material world can have some security for you, but it cannot necessarily let you have peace. Thanks for watching. I wanted to take a moment to mention some of my fans. You've been very generous in thoughts or actions, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate the insights you give me. I appreciate other gifts you give me. I'm hoping to put out soon an unboxing of this wonderful set, which I received as a gift a little while back. The Murder of the Crows. So look forward to that maybe sometime this week as a special segment or episode of Goth Tarot. We'll walk through the set, I'll make some observations, and hopefully you'll understand more about the Murder of Crows. So until next time, thank you very much. Take care.